Hey there, y'all. See y'all popping in here. How y'all doing today?
Doing well. Hey, Sora.
Good, perfect. So I want to make sure before I get completely started today, I want to wait and see if Margaret hops on to see if we have any of y'all sponsors that are going to be speaking at the beginning of the video today. I don't want to step on their toes. So I'm going to give them a few minutes. Let's see if we do have anybody hopping on for that. So we'll get started here in a couple minutes. And we're going to be talking today about virtual open houses and showings. So this is not anything magical I came up with. I just actually did this about a week and a half ago. I'm going to show you my process. For us personally, for our team, we did an entire several hour shoot, and then I edited it in a program called Adobe Spark. And then we produced it, put music into it in that app as well. So it was all edited and created inside the Adobe Spark app, but I did all the shooting on my iPhone, and then also with a stabilizing gimbal, which I will show y'all as we go. So you can get those clean, clear shots and don't have to worry about having jerky motions, anything like that. So let's see. Glad everyone's getting in here okay. Have y'all been watching any videos on Facebook or YouTube, anything like that, to see how other people are doing open houses, or is this your first kind of hear about it? I'm just curious for my knowledge.
Yeah, I've seen a couple. They're all over. I mean, different. Some more.
Right. Yeah. There's not a right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. I'd say the biggest aspect of any virtual open house or showing, any video basically that you're doing, whether you're in it or it's just the property as the subject, you want to tell a story of the house and you want to paint a picture in the person, anyone who's watching it. You want to paint a picture in their head of what they could see themselves doing in this location. So, entertainment in a massive open area, kitchen, living room concept. Just like when you talk to buyers, when you take your clients out and you're trying to help them see the picture of seeing themselves in this home, that's basically just what we're trying to create here, just using video instead. So I don't see Margaret on here, I don't believe. So I would assume we don't have anyone hopping on today. How's the audio for y'all from me? I don't have my headphones in right now. Is it okay?
Good.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to keep my headphones out at first while I show y'all a few videos. I just wanted to make sure I could share correctly. Well, I'll go ahead and dive in then. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. And then we'll go ahead and get started here since no one's speaking today, I don't believe. All right. Screen here with the DJI Osmo right here. Y'all see that? All right. Can y'all see me as well? I can't remember from your view. Can you only see my screen or is it me as well?
Yeah, we can see, or I can.
You can see me as well? Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Okay, thanks, Susie. So I'll show you all my gimbal first. That's what this page is that's popped up right now, the DJI store. So that's what this product is. It's called a DJI Osmo, O-S-M-O. It's a gimbal is the real term for it. This is a gimbal. So G-I-M-B-A-L is what you would Google if you're looking to just find out more information about gimbals in general. But anyway, so this is the not newest version of this. It's one back. I got this about a year and a half ago for around 120 bucks, about the same price that they have listed here at 120, 119 for just the gimbal itself. But the cool thing about this is when you turn it on, and I'll show you real quick. So you will need, whenever you get one, if you do, you'll need to make sure, and there's a few dials on here for you can't really see them, but you got silver dials here and here. And that's for making sure that it fits your phone, because obviously an iPhone 10 is going to fit different than an Android, different than a Galaxy, different than an older iPhone. So you do have that ability to go on in and make sure that it fits to your phone properly. And then when you hold the on button, because it knows the weight of my phone, it auto stabilizes here. So can y'all see that? So it's very clean and clear. I know you can't see obviously what is being shot, but I'm just giving you an idea of, as a user, what this looks like. So you're able to go up and down. There's also a toggle, so I can rotate it. I'm doing that with my finger right now. I'm not moving. I'm using a little kind of like a joystick on a video game. And I'm able to also go up and down as well. So you can really control how your shot looks whenever you're using a gimbal like this. I just use the Osmo because a friend of mine who used to do videography out in LA, shoot commercials, things like that, recommended it. And he's got a bunch of their products. So I speak by it after a year and a half, and it's a business write-off. Obviously, Amazon's not doing two-day anything right now, but that's how I got mine back in the day. It was on Amazon. I think they have it at Best Buy as well. So anyway, and then I also got, just for me personally, I also have a little carrying kit, kind of like a briefcase. So the whole thing folds up and fits in here. It's that size, so very small, very easy to work with. And give it a few hours of charge, you're good for several hours of shooting, like probably 6 hours total, if you had a full charge on it. So just wanted to show you all that real quick before we started going into the actual video and examples and things like that of what I did just a few weeks ago. Do we have any questions about the product itself? I'm going to keep all these up here in the tabs, but just wanted to mention that for you. Wanted to see if we had any questions before I moved on. Okay, so now y'all have seen the product that I use. So I just wanted to give you that backstory of the camera work, how I did that. And I understand, I'm going to show you several different examples just to be clear. There's going to be the example up here that I did. This is one from Wendy Papazan. She's a good friend down in Austin, one of those mega agents that we love and know. And then I've also got another version of an app that y'all can see as well. So I just wanted to upfront be clear. The way I did this is not the only way to do it. It is definitely a more difficult and time-consuming and complicated way of doing it. I just happen to like doing this because it's what I went to college for. So anyway, I'm going to dive in here and go ahead and click play. Y'all should be able to hear the audio that I'm sharing through this video that I'm about to play. If it's muted or you can't hear anything on your end, please unmute yourself and let me know if a few seconds in, just so we make sure that this video is playing for y'all, okay?
Hi guys, welcome to 9125 Farmer Drive in Fort Worth 76244. This charming 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath house is located in the heart of the Heritage Master Plan community. It's just up the road from the resort-like pool and clubhouse, and it's also located in the highly desired Keller ISD. So let's go take a look. Okay guys, here we are right off the front entryway in this cozy office space. The highlight to this room is the French doors that open to the front porch. That would be the perfect place to have your morning cup of coffee. Here we are in the open concept kitchen area that boasts a granite island, a breakfast bar, and all stainless steel appliances. But my favorite feature is this beautiful wall of windows that lets in all the fantastic natural light. Upstairs, we have 3 bedrooms. One is an ensuite with its own full bathroom. There's another secondary full bathroom and a game room, perfect for a pool table or a media room. Let's go check it out.
All right, y'all. So that was the example that I had created. Like I said, I know that may seem a little daunting if you have zero editing or shooting experience with video, but that took me, just to give y'all an idea, this was the first full video I had created on this program. It took me probably from start to finish, all work, probably 3 hours max on this once I sat down and had all the footage. So that's just one option, and I'll also show y'all in a little bit kind of what the inside of Adobe Spark looks like. I just want to show y'all a few other video options. So that is one option. If you want to go full production, you know, add in music, make something like this, you know, you can go for it that way. Here's another option. This is much more simple. This is you taking a buddy to a house, they hold the phone and you shoot, and they shoot you rather, of you speaking. So here's another example of something y'all could do, okay?
Hey everyone, it's Wendy Papazan, and I'm here with
Chris Hall, Papazan Property Group.
Yeah, and we're here with our videographer Jay Papazan. We're actually here doing our second virtual open house of the day. And honestly, the first one was awesome. We had so many people tune in, and we were in and out in 20 minutes. We kind of asked ourselves the question, gosh, why are we doing, why do open houses the old-fashioned way where you have to sit there for 3 hours and only 10 people come through? So we're loving that.
Yep, and so, well, I've done this here, but we also wanted to take a different approach. This is the same developer, Fortunate Foundation, but we wanted to give you a different view on what their product's providing, which is going to be coming available in the next pretty much 3 to 4 months.
Yep.
So we wanted to give you the inside view
quick tour.
and the behind the scenes.
And before we do that, I want to give everyone a quick market update. So I was looking at Austin properties and what's been going on in the Austin market. I would tell you guys that homes are still some homes are still selling. Buyers are still buying. We don't know how long that's going to last, but for right now, everything's real steady. I pulled the numbers last night, and in the last week, 1,043 homes have gone on the market, and 1,039 homes have gone pending.
Wow.
758 have sold in the last week, so buyers are still buying, sellers are still selling. If you want someone to do a virtual open house like this for you, definitely give us a call. Message me here on Facebook or go to our website, papazanproperties.com. Tell us what you're looking for. All right, Chris, you want to give us a tour of this house?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're at 53rd and a half Street. We have a fantastic house that's becoming available in the next 4 months. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. So we're downstairs starting off. We have a huge open concept with very high ceilings. Yeah. So this is going to be the living room. Follow us over to the kitchen.
The kitchen right here. It's got these amazing high ceilings. I don't even know how tall are these. 12-foot ceilings or something like that. We got a half bath over here, 1-car garage. We got a little patio.
Right outside.
Right here.
So you will have your own private setup outside. So you have your kind of comfort zone. So if you have maybe outside, any kind of pets, you have their own space to be able to roam and get access.
And this is the B unit back here. I don't know if you can see that.
Working on that audio for you.
This is a little bit
about as loud
smaller.
as I can
This is a
get it.
2-bedroom, 2-bath. Again, sold by Fortunate Foundations, one of the premier green builders in Austin, Texas. This one is listed at $475, and this one I just heard from our friend Leanne, our incredible builder that there's a big price reduction.
Yep, it was priced at $625, but they just dropped it to $600 flat.
Guys, this is a bargain.
So you're getting an opportunity here. So
Wanna go upstairs?
yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
So that's one option. I'm not going to go through the entire other 3 minutes of it, but that's another option of what y'all can do. Does that kind of give you some reassurance that it is a little simpler? Let's see. I'm looking at Susie's message. If you're in quarantine, take your spouse with you. You could take your child and have them show how fun the backyard playroom is. Use it to your advantage. Love it. Yeah, that's definitely a great ad there, Susie. Yeah, that's a great idea. If you got your whole family cooped up and you've got a listing that's sitting there and you don't know how to sell it or what to be doing right now in these crazy times, yeah, take that advice. If you're already with your family, if it's a vacant listing or your client's happy with getting out of the house for a few hours and driving around, go over there, take your family, make it a family affair, because you see right there that dynamic is completely different. They have multiple people in it. There's definitely more energy, more excitement. It's not one person trying to script it out like you saw in my first video up here with Stephanie. She and I really worked hard on scripting the conversation for each room. Whereas you saw here, Wendy and Chris, they just kind of shot from the hip and made a nice little video of it too. But obviously you did see, if you notice, the camera work was very shaky just because they weren't using a gimbal. It was a human being holding it, Jay. So just some things to think about. I'll show you one more video. It's about 1.5 minutes long, and then we'll stop with the videos and get to questions, and I can show you all kind of a look as well at what some of the editing software that I use and that I have used in the past looks like. So this is Vlog Easy. This is our third example I'm going to show you. These people are actually at family reunion, and this example video is about real estate from a real estate agent's perspective. But I just wanted y'all to see this example as well. If you want to make something of a little higher quality, kind of in that mid-range between Wendy's video and my video for example purposes. So just a minute 15 here. So I'll show y'all this and then we'll move on.
Hi everyone, it's Christy. Hi everyone, it's Christy here. As you guys all know, we have an open house coming up this weekend. Hi everyone, it's Christy. Hi everyone, it's Christy here. As you guys all know, we have an open house coming up this weekend for 9. Hi everyone, it's Christy here. As you guys all know, we have an open house coming up this.
I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Vlog Easy. I'm glad you guys like the demo, and I would just like to say the most valuable part of our app is that it removes the pressure completely when you're creating content. Instead of trying to wing an entire video without a script, it allows you to pause when you make a mistake, think about what you wanted to say it again and again until you get it right, and then after you're done recording your entire video, you can go back and swipe up to delete all the videos that you didn't like in that feed. So it removes the pressure completely, and we really hope you love the product.
All right, y'all. So that is our third example. Okay. Do we have any questions as of now? I know I've shown you all 3 videos. You've seen the 3 different examples of ways to do it. Y'all can feel free to unmute, fire away if you have any questions as of now, or just want my take on things. Feel free to ask just before I move on.
What was the name of that program?
That program that we just watched, it's called Vlog Easy. You see it up here at the top, all one word, capital V, capital E, Vlog Easy, just like it's spelled normally. So that is a phone application for that one. Up here, obviously, she just did a point and shoot hold for the Facebook video with Wendy and Chris. And then for mine, like I said, it was just shot on an iPhone. I just also had that gimbal that I showed you as well here in the case.
Is that Vlog Easy a free app, or is there a charge?
Yes, ma'am. I believe it is free. Yes, ma'am. They had tried to wheel and deal my father at family reunion and get him to, watch all their videos and start using their app. They were trying to get onto him. And ironically, with everything that came down the pipe with all of this a month later, it actually does seem like a very good, viable, solution. You didn't realize how much you needed Uber Eats and Instacart until all this came around. Same concept here with these apps that you may have not needed or found a need for or a purpose for. But now that we're virtual and for the most part completely virtual, having these back pocket options, especially to show your clients, hey, well, I know about this, I know this, I know this, we have options. Do you have any other questions right now based on those videos or about the how-to aspect of it? Because you think when you go to shoot a video, it's going to be clear and kosher and someone's going to be holding it, or however you're doing the camera work part of it, it's going to click and I'm going to say my words and then we're going to unclick and it's going to be good. Realistically, no. There are several takes. Usually frustration can occur. A big piece of advice for me, because I've been the on-air talent, I've been the cameraman, I've been the direct, I did all of that stuff in college, kind of in the newsroom setting, anchorman. If you've seen Ron Burgundy Anchorman, that was basically me without profanity in college. That was me back in the day. So in doing all that, I would say my best piece of advice is take a deep breath, loosen up, and smile before you shoot. The energy you portray, your body language will carry on through the entire time if you're on camera shooting anything with you as the subject, or talking about a room or the property. Take a deep breath, shimmy it out, get loose, and just smile big before you start. That would be my easiest pieces of advice, because it can get frustrating if it's not working how you want it to, if things just aren't going how you hope. Sarah Diamond's question, how do you add the slides with the address, beds, baths in the beginning and throughout? Okay, so to answer Sarah's question, I'll go ahead and hop into the editing side of it just so y'all can see from the Adobe Spark view, and then also Animoto is what our team used to use up here on the top right. We just switched over to Adobe Spark just because of the creativity options in there. Our videos have gotten a little stale. So first I'll start out here in Adobe Spark. This is how I produced this video that y'all saw, the longer one with Stephanie on my team. Can we create our own JPEGs and then import them? For editing, any of that, yeah, you could certainly create your own photos, Alex, and do whatever you need to with that. You can upload anything you need to in here. So let's just say we were gonna edit one of these. I'm not gonna save any of this, but let's just say we were gonna edit this, okay? So I just hovered over the project I already created and hit the edit button. We could also start out from the beginning and we could just hit create project if you were in here. There's a free version of Adobe Spark. There is also what our team uses, the $10 version. They're in the pricing, there's several different options that they have. We use the $10 individual, I believe it's called, version, just for your clarity. So if you had never created one, you would click on create project right here. If you had though, and you'd already been working on it, they have great templates right here for stills as well as videos. So like if you knew you were going to create a square post on Instagram, you could just click that. It'll have the dimensions already set up for when you're making your post. I would say this is, if you know Canva, if you've used Canva before or heard of it, that is my #1 preferred post creating or template creating application. Just in case y'all aren't familiar, canva.com. This is Canva, just in case y'all aren't familiar with it. This is what I would recommend the most. Like we created this yesterday for our team. I would recommend this the most for just creating things like this. I got this from scratch. I saw an idea from another agent or a team in our office, and then I created this myself. So that's just one thing that I'd use. So what I'm getting at here is Spark has their Canva version kind of all of their options for creating stills and photos and graphics and things like that. Personally though, I still prefer and recommend Canva as the best between the two, but Spark does have both of those options. So we'll hop in here into editing now. So Sarah, to answer your question, everything is very clean and easy on Spark, more so than some of the other programs or apps I've used in the past, which is what I love about it. So here, I'm gonna move y'all's little pictures over here. So down here, you can see we've got the edit button right here, and you can also add. So say we were gonna add a new slide, Sarah, you would click right here on the bottom left, and it adds that slide after the last one you've selected. So say we were on this one with Stephanie, and then I wanted to add a new one. It then adds that new one right after where that shot of Stephanie is right there. And the same way, you can right click or double click on Mac and delete or duplicate if you wanted to create multiples. So delete that slide. And then once you're in here, you can choose on this new slide what you want the content of the slide to be. So is it a video like what I shot on my phone on my gimbal? Or is it just text like this? You can hit that and select whatever you want. Is it a photo? Because if you'll notice on that video I showed you earlier up here, we also included some of the stills from our photographer. And then also what I was getting into with Canva and Adobe Spark, the ability to use icons. The icon selection here, it's called elements on Canva. The element/icon selection here is much greater, even on the free version, in my opinion. That's why I really default to Canva. But on here, it does have these great options as well, like how I created this one. I'm a big fan of the minimalist, clean look. That's just personally when I'm editing or creating things currently right now, that's what I like to use. So on this one, I use the split screen instead of full screen. And then you see it goes black and white. Well, that's just because of the colors I chose for this one. It could be red and you can change any of those colors. But on that one specifically, I would go in here and I would put, 2,300 square feet. You can change the text as well if you need to change the size for any reason. And then over here, you could type in, click on icon here, because that's what we're going to do. And when I did the square feet, I just did a ruler, because that's what made the most sense to me. It's not really a hard set way to show how you do square footage, but see, so that's what I did roughly, a little different, but that's how I did that one. And then also when I did my toilet for my 3.5 bathrooms, just went in here and clicked on that one. So you've got a lot of options here in all of the subject matter. That's what one thing I do really like about Spark. When I did the slide earlier, if you remember about the updated kitchen right here. So you could come in here, see I created that one. But you could come in here and add any, sorry, wrong page. Any of these icons, whether it be a kitchen or a bed. There's a bunch of different options and they all look fairly similar. They're all very clean, minimal. So you've got plenty of options in here. If this is something that you even just want to play around with, you can certainly do that as well. So does that answer your question, Sarah, on adding text, photo, video, all that kind of stuff? Does that kind of help you out there?
That's great. Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then also, so we can delete that. I'll show you all a few other options in here. So we're on layout right now. That's how we selected this. You can also go to theme. So like you see our text right here is this color and all that. You could, if you wanted blues for the text, you could do so. If you wanted to stay the same, or say we wanted to completely change and go to flare and switch completely the template or the theme rather that we were using. When you do that, it's going to take its time here, add a little pink hue to everything, but see it's updating everything. See, so our whole color scheme changed, our font, everything starts changing, and I think there's a little bit of a pink hue on all, yeah, see, there's kind of a purpley, pink, blue hue on all of the videos and text and everything now. So you can also do it that way. I'm just going to keep it with our noir, with our white text. We're just going to keep it simple. But you do have these options. These are the only options you have for the themes in the video section. So other than this, you can't really do much else. I believe you can still choose your different text options though. Yeah, so whatever, yeah, so these are basically your only font styles right here. Grace, Sage, Mega, all the way through these. These are all a package deal basically on, this is the font and these are the color options that you'll receive. So that is the basics of Adobe Spark on the video side. And then we can also do resizing. So if you needed it in square format for some reason, I usually prefer widescreen personally. And then also in their music options, they don't have a ton. They have definitely way more options in Animoto for music up here, which I'll show you next. But they do have a good amount of music. For myself, I think I've used, what's the uplifting? I've been using the Sunlit Valley song. I just like having something upbeat, up tempo, So anyway, that's pretty much the basics here in Adobe Spark. Do we have any other questions about Spark as a program before I move on? You can also scroll through here and see
Hey, Clark, is there a limit to how many minutes it can be?
Nope.
Or?
Not on my version that I have. I don't believe there's a limit on the free version as well. I think you're just more limited on the themes and the customization options, just like most programs nowadays. They'll dangle a carrot to get you to bite, and then you decide if you want to spend your money on it or not. Now with Animoto, we were spending, I think, $30 a month as a team. So now we're down to $10 here. So definitely a third of the cost. Great time to be cutting costs right now. So there are pros and cons to everything. But as a whole, I personally prefer Spark. But I do want to show you all another option as well, Animoto. Now I'm pretty sure there's a free version of this. I can't remember though, but I know that our team had the $29.99, I think, version is what it was. So one big highlight also that I'll show you real quick in Spark, if we go back. But you can also do this in both Animoto and on Spark, is you can click the three dots here, and you can, oh, see, it doesn't have it right there. It doesn't have the duplicate option right now. So something I've learned about Spark, and I'm new to this, I've only been using it about 2 weeks just for transparency. So I'm still learning things every day. But there's a duplicate option that sometimes and sometimes doesn't pop up here. For me, duplicate is a very, very, very important feature for a video program to have. And I'd recommend it for you if you're using a program. Duplicate is important because it's basically the copy paste of video editing. So I could take this 9125 Farmer Drive and copy it. You can do it on the mobile app, and I know that. The mobile app always shows the duplicate option. The website, though, sometimes doesn't always, and I'm not sure why. But because I'm on a team, if we're churning out, especially in the summertime, if we've got 5 or 6 listings that are going active in a 1 to 2 week period, and I'm going to be editing these regularly to swap out photos, videos, text, you know, it's not going to be the same video for every property that we do. So a duplicate option is very important to me as an editor when I'm doing this, because you want to be able to hit that duplicate button. And on here on Animoto, I'll show you, it's just copy. So up here, the way I created this one that says copy, or copy of right here, is I just went to the regular one, click copy, and then it makes a complete duplicate of the video that I created over, this one was the original one, back in November of 19. Here's where it is. When I created this first one. So now it creates a complete duplicate of it. You can hit continue editing, and then you can swap out all your photos, all your text. So this was my kind of easy way at churning out videos for our listings. I could get this done, you know, as long as I've created one video before, I could knock out a new one within 20 minutes, I'd say, probably even less. Now, because we're not paying for this account anymore, it says made with Animoto on everything. So that's their watermark. And there's also a watermark on Spark as well, on Adobe Spark. So see, it says upgrade to remove the watermark. So we were paying for that version that allowed that. So in here, obviously I would come in here when I was switching out a new listing, and I could go and edit the text. And so I always left the welcome home, but you know, it could be 123 Main Street in South Lake. And then you can select, you can delete all your photos by hovering over them. You can also copy if you needed to make a copy. You can select how long they're on the screen if you wanted to do a voiceover for some reason, text, or you could just change the photo altogether. And then over here is where you're able to upload and everything, and just a different way of doing it. Obviously, both programs are going to be different, but you can see your style and your design preferences, all of your different, see professional fonts, those are for the paid version. So all these things come with that, and then it tells you to learn more to unlock. So you've also got music. I know I said that there are more music options. It looks like I can't even change much of it right now. Yeah, see, 2,000 plus commercially licensed songs with the professional plan. So definitely way more than the whatever amount that we had here in Spark on this one. There were maybe 25 to 30 songs, I'd say, probably on there, and you get 2,000 with Animoto. So there are pluses and minuses, you know, advantages and downsides to both programs. It just really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something with more music options and a really easy, clean way to edit, and really the videos always look the same in my opinion. I haven't gone too far out of the norm with our editing because we were always making real estate videos. You don't get too crazy with those. You know, you want them to look still professional. So I would probably say Animoto if you're looking for more music options and just a clean, easy editing experience. If you're looking for less music options, but more visually appealing options, like I said, Adobe Spark has that icons option to make those clean little looking parts, you know, like our, right here, we've got our, you know, our easy little clean graphics. You have that icon ability to create those in Spark as well. And it's a third of the price. So that's kind of, you got to weigh your pros and cons. And these are not the only 2 video options at all. These are just what I've used for our team in the past, because I started as an unlicensed admin, helping out making videos and stuff like this when I was 18. So that would have been 5 years ago. So I've been doing this for 5 years, creating these videos and finding different programs. These are the top 2 that I would recommend though. That is pretty much it, as opposed to what I had to show y'all and kind of just open up, you know, let you see inside my brain. Go ahead and stop screen sharing for right now. What questions do we have right now, or do we have any? Have I covered everything? Yes, ma'am.
My question, like, so once you have it, or I mean, because really, I hear to get the most exposure, like to do a Facebook Live and let people get logged in. I mean, because if you do the video and then, I mean, you're not doing a Facebook Live, how are you promoting that to get? I mean, I saw Wendy had a ton of views, but she was live, obviously.
Right, and you're going to get more natural engagement, organic engagement on social media by doing a live or something like that, because the way the Facebook algorithm works, it wants you to do things like that to get more engagement. So yes, Wendy definitely got way more engagement than we did or would. She also is Wendy freaking Papazan. And if you know about Wendy, Jay Papazan, her husband, the One Thing book, he's the one who helped co-write that, the Red Book, a lot of different things with Gary. So obviously she's kind of like my mom's level in Mary Kay. So that a lot more engagement on a normal post than a normal person would, even a realtor. You know, we get a lot of engagement too. But so yeah, Facebook Live or something like that would be a great way to get more engagement. Because this was a listing, because we wanted to show our sellers for this particular property, hey, we know the coronavirus is hitting and everything is crazy right now, but look, here's what we're doing to make sure as many people see your home in the best possible light. Because obviously in a professionally edited or even just shot video, even just on an iPhone with a gimbal, it can look like a much higher quality. It's obviously not a DSLR camera, you know, with 1080p and 4K and all of that for the video streaming, but it definitely shows another level of service. So that's the reason we did that option.
Yeah.
You can definitely.
How are you marketing it? I mean, other than just posting it on, I mean.
Yeah, that's basically what it is at this moment. We've posted in our, we also did it on IGTV, Instagram TV, because it was a longer than 1 minute video. So we put it on our Facebook and Instagram. We gave it to the clients to be sharing with their friends. The agent on our team is also sharing it. So the thing about doing, just to show y'all, when you make a video, you can post that multiple times. If you do a Facebook Live, you got it that one time, but that's your one shot. You could, I guess, make it shareable or public, and then you could share your Facebook Live with people. But you get the ability to, you know, share a cleaner link, so to speak, by making your own video. Let me see what Sarah's question was. Is there a way to speed up the video once you shoot it? Yes, there is, Sarah. I'll show you real quick. We'll hop back on here. All right. I'll show you real quick, Sarah. You can select how long each slide pops up on the screen. So like for photos, it's very easy because it's just a still. But if it's a video, you're able to cut and edit, and I'll see if I can do some of that for you. You're able to also select how quickly it goes. So, all right, so this one specifically. So in terms of like the time of the section, or of the slides rather, so on Spark, it's right here on the bottom right. You see that? There's a clock. So I'll click on that. You can go all the way up to, looks like 30 seconds per slide, all the way down to 1 second. So you can definitely vary how long your video is. Our video is closer to 5 minutes at first, and then I chunked it down to 420. So that's how we did that. And then on the video side of it, if you were gonna show more than just this, on a video now, this was a longer than 14-second video. I edited it down a little bit when I uploaded it. So on a video, I went up here and I'm going to hit the pencil on the top right, and I'm going to click the scissors. You can also select how loud. So I muted this because I didn't want the background music going on. I just wanted the overlaying music that I selected over here going throughout the video. But when Stephanie, our on-air talent right here, our listing agent, we had her volume at loud so that it spoke over the music. Just if that makes sense. So that's just your audio options right there. But on the cutting and the speeding up, in here you can select and you could drag, you know what, I only want 12.5 seconds of this, or I only want these specific shots. And you can drag in the middle here and get all of the things. So if you knew you only wanted a 10-second shot, we'll say. You only wanted that 10-second shot and you wanted a little bit in the middle of it, you can drag it that way, or you can drag this way as well. And then you would just hit save once you're done trimming it, and then hit cancel because this was correct on our end. Does that make sense though, Sarah? So you can do that this way in here, and then on Animoto, you just click on here where it says the numbers for each slide. And you just click on that and plus or minus.
Yeah, that does make sense. When I watch YouTube videos, I watch them at like 1.5 or 2 speed. So I was wondering if I shot a video of a house in Dallas because we couldn't show anything, and it's a 6-minute video, and I don't think people are going to watch it for 6 minutes. So.
Correct. If I were you, I might play around in something like iMovie if on your phone. I know that on iPhones, at least it comes on there.
Okay.
You could try that because I'm fairly certain that iMovie has that ability to speed up, 1.5%, 2%, 2.5%, 3%. I'm pretty sure you can do that. That's just not an ability in these applications. And I even was looking at some forums online about Adobe Spark about why they don't have some other features I was looking for. And both companies are really going for a very easy, user-friendly experience. I've got my lights going off here in my office. They went for an easy user experience, so they opted out to take out certain things like what might have been, Sarah, like that 1 to 2, 2.5.
Got it. I'll ask my daughter to do that for me then. Thanks.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, I'll go ahead and quit sharing for right now. Anything else that I can answer for y'all right now? I know we're a little shorter than we have been. We're at about 45 minutes right now. Any questions? Anything else? Any opinions you need about technology like the gimbal? Things like that. Any other questions that you'll have for me at this time? I'll take our crickets as that we're all good. Give you all a couple minutes. I assume we're all good then? Okay, perfect. Well, if nobody unmutes, I'll go ahead and finish us out here. Pleasure talking with y'all as usual. Oh, looks like we got some more messages. We got 5 messages coming in here. Alex asked me to wait. You're very welcome, Susie. Let's see. Any specific question I can answer for you, Alex, before we're done for today? Can you export the file? Yes, ma'am, you certainly can. Whenever you create a video, you can certainly export it. So let me go back to sharing my screen real quick. Yes, you can definitely export it. So I'll show y'all real quick. Great question, Alex. So when you're done with your video, now on this one, it just says preview. All right, so you can download it right here, you see. So once you went through, you made sure everything's edited perfectly how you want it. You've got, your title screens, everything else. Everything's all good to go. You're ready to go. You can just hit download right there, and it'll go ahead and start working on that download for you. And then you can do that. Now, I personally don't like to do that. I don't do the download personally for sharing purposes. I like to share the link, but yes, you can export it, and that is your way to do that. I just prefer, it is an MPEG, yes, ma'am. And then if you did need to, so to answer your question, Alex, yes, it is an MPEG. For me though, I had to edit it into I think I moved it to an MP4. And when I did that, I used, if y'all can see down here, VLC. It's like a downloader and video converter. If you had to use it, you could use VLC. And I'll show y'all real quick on here. Looks like this. This is what the icon looks like. It's a big orange cone. So that was, and that's something, thank you for reminding me, Alex, that I wanted to get into. The reason it took me so long to create this initial video is because I downloaded all the videos from my phone, and then I uploaded them on, or download them to my computer rather, and then I upload them to this website, Adobe Spark, to edit it. I'll go ahead and stop sharing for a second. Honestly, for y'all, if you're going to use Adobe Spark, I found that the mobile app version is actually a better editing. It's pretty much the same editing experience, but it's an even cleaner one in my opinion. So it's just called Spark Video. Y'all can see that. It went quickly, but Adobe Spark Video is what I put into the App Store for me. And whenever you're editing, let me see if I can edit one of these. Yeah, so you can edit it, and you can, if you can see on the bottom here, you've got all the different same abilities that we had earlier. So to answer your question, Alex, to kind of bring it full circle, if you're worried about the file type, I would recommend just editing. If you're already shooting on a phone, just edit it on that phone that you shot it on. I think that would be an easier way to do it, because it took me probably an extra hour to hour and a half just to get the videos on my computer and then change the file type so that it would be compatible with Adobe Spark. So that would be my workaround for you if you're worried about the file size for using it in other places. I would recommend probably editing it on your phone. But like I said, you can still download, you can still do everything that you need to. So you're very welcome. If there's nothing else, I'll go ahead and finish us out for today. We're about
Hey, Clark?
Yes.
What are the pros and cons on iMovie?
iMovie, I haven't played with it a ton. Just, I mean, I used it back in high school. It's easy and clean. I think these programs are easier though. Just for someone, if you're coming from very little to no video editing experience, I just use these programs because I know they've already had music in them. I know Animoto and Spark both had music on them, and that's the draw for me. I know obviously if you're using iMovie, you're using licensed, or you can pull from iTunes, I think, to use music and audio on that. Or if you had downloaded versions of unlicensed music or music that was okay to use in videos, you could do that. But the music option for me was the big draw, just because that's what we're usually using this for our team videos.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Well, I'll go ahead and finish this out. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll post this recording as well in case you missed the first part of it. I'll record that, or post it rather, here in about an hour or so whenever I get that email from Zoom. And also, I just did want to bring up, I've had to start deleting the videos that I'm uploading to my Zoom cloud because I'm running out of space, but I'm downloading the real videos, the full videos, into my Google Drive. So if you are trying to go back at some point, this is for anybody at any time, if you're watching this, to go look for any of my other Zoom videos, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you the Google Drive link, because I'm saving all of those because I already pay for more Google Drive storage personally for my business. So I'm just adding all of those there. So even 6 months down the road, if you wanted to see the prep to get paid video from last Tuesday, I could send it to you. So I'm archiving everything there. So anyway, y'all have a great one. We'll see you on next Tuesday, and have a good one. Okay. Y'all stay safe.
Thank you.